What's up, guys? It's Mr. Wicklehouse again. This is the third video in solving our systems unit, and this is for day 3, and we're doing solving a system by using elimination. Again, this should be reviewed for you from Algebra 1, and with that being said, let's get this show on the road. Alright, so in elimination, we will combine both equations so that one variable is eliminated, allowing us to solve for the variable that remains. So, for instance, I've got y equals 2x plus 1, and I've got y equals negative 2x plus 3. The idea here is I'm going to take this equation here and this equation here, and I'm going to eliminate this x, since they're opposite signs, by adding these two equations together. Okay? So I'm just adding straight down here, and I get 2y equals 2x minus 2x is 0x, so that just goes away, and then that's equal to 4. Now I've got 2y equals 4, I could divide by 2, and I get y equals 2. Remember, we're solving a system of equations, so we're not done. We have to get the x value, so we need to plug that back in to one of these two equations. I like working with positive numbers if I can, so I'm going to plug it back into this first one, and I get 2 equals 2x plus 1. Subtract 1, I get 1 equals to 2x. Divide both sides by 2, and I get x equals 1/2. So the solution here is the point 1/2, comma 2. Okay. Now, just like with substitution, we're not always going to have these nice, pretty looking things. So let's do a few more examples where they're not so pretty. Okay. So I've got this one and this one. It's 2x minus 4y equals 6. 3y equals 2x plus 4. When I'm doing elimination, I like to have all my variables, my x's and my y's, all on one side. Okay? So I'm going to move this 2x over here by subtraction. So I'm going to have minus 2x plus 3y equals 4. I could see that the negative 2 and the 2 here, so 2x minus 4y equals 6. I'm going to add these together, so I get negative 2x plus 2x, that's 0, so those go away. 3 minus 4y is negative y. 4 plus 6 is 10. Divide by negative or multiply by negative 1, however you want to think about it, then y equals negative 10. Alright, well, now I've got y value. So again, I need to plug this back into one of these. I'm going to plug it into this one since the y is over here isolated by itself. So I get 3 times negative 10 equals 2x plus 4. That's negative 30 equals 2x plus 4. Subtract 4 is negative 34 equals 2x. Divide by 2, and I get x equals negative 17. So the solution to this one is going to be the point negative 17, negative 10. Okay. Alright, let's look at this one. So here I've got an x value. Here I've got an x value that's got a negative 2 in front of it. Since this is 1, it's going to be easier for me to try to eliminate the x, because all I have to do then is multiply this top one by 2. So when I multiply that top one by 2 to match these leading coefficients up of opposite signs, then I'll get 2x plus 4y equals 8. Now I can add straight down. Those go away. This is going to be y, because negative 3 plus 4 is 1y. Negative 4 plus 8 equals 4. So now that one was easy. I was able to just get the variable y all by itself. I don't have to do any extra work like I did up here. So now that I got the y by itself, and that's equal to 4, I could substitute it into either one of these. I'm going to substitute it into this one because I won't have to do any extra work here really. So I'm going to substitute into there. So I get x plus 2 times 4 equals 4. Okay. That means x plus 8 equals 4. Subtract the 8, I get x equals negative 4. So the solution to this one is negative 4, 4. Alright. Let's look at another one. Here's another one. We see that the 4x is over here on one side and the 2y is over here on this side. So let's get those on the same side with each other, and we want to write them so the x can be written underneath of this one and the y can be written underneath of this one. Okay. So subtract the 4x, I get negative 4x plus 2y equals 2. And then this one is negative 2x plus y equals 1. Okay. Well, if I multiply this by negative 2, that'll change the sign. Okay. So then I'll have 4x minus 2y equals negative 2. Negative 4x plus 4x, that goes away. 2y minus 2y, that goes away too. 2 minus 2, that goes away. What in the world? 0 equals 0. What does that mean? You may or may not remember this from Algebra 1. When you go through and do this and you get 0 equals 0, that means that this system has an infinite number of solutions. It means it's the same line. So if you're ever doing this and you get 0 equals 0, which will happen sometimes, then you can just simply say there's an infinite number of solutions, or all the solutions and the possible solutions will work for this no matter what the x and y values are, they all work. Okay? Let's look at this one. Alright. So I've got 5x plus y equals 13 and 10x plus 2y equals 12. These two are basically, the x's and the y's are on the same side, so I don't have to do anything there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which one I want to multiply by. I'm going to multiply this by negative 2 so that I got the x's to match up. Okay. So I get negative 10x minus 2y equals negative 26. Okay. Add them together. 10 minus 10x, that goes away. 2 minus 2y, that goes away. So that's 0 on this side. Hopefully I get a 0 over here, but when I look at it, I see 12 minus 26. That's not going to give me 0. That's going to give me negative 14. Well, at this point, you have to think, can 0 ever equal negative 14? No, they're two different numbers, right? If this ever happens to you when you're solving a system, then that means there's no solution to this system. What that means is that this line and this line are parallel to one another. They have the same slope. Okay? And that's why we get no solution, because remember, systems of equations is where lines intersect. Well, parallel lines don't ever intersect. They go on forever in both directions and never touch each other. So there is no intersection point, so there's no solution. Alright? That's all I got for you today, and I'll talk to you later.